Okay. And we talked about the federal government in the previous slides. Now, under the terms of the Constitution, rulers may relinquish certain areas of the authority to the federal government. So, if one of the emirates has a certain power, a certain right, it can actually give up that right for the benefit of the country. Example, the first thing is to unify the armed forces in the mid 1970s. Now, for example, Sharjah has an army, Dubai has an army, a small army, Abu Dhabi has a small army, Ajman has a small army. So when there was a unification, each emirate relinquished the idea of having its own army for the benefit of the country. So actually they united the whole army together. So it became one army for the United Arab Emirates, right? So that's one thing. So it's a benefit for the country. Now the second one, Abu Dhabi, if you remember, Abu Dhabi was the oil was discovered in Abu Dhabi in the 50s, in 1950s, and then the first cargo in the first chapter, and the first cargo was shipped outside Abu Dhabi in 1962, right? Now, it was part of OPEC at the time. It became a member of OPEC in 1971. Now, because of the unification, the formation of the country, Abu Dhabi canceled its membership in favor of the federation. So now we don't have Abu Dhabi in OPEC. We have United Arab Emirates in the OPEC, so it became like for the benefit of the country. Okay, I hope you understand this point. Now for the foreign policy, Sheikh Zayed established major guidelines. Now, it's the justice. Everyone is equal and there's justice. Number 2, no interference in the internal affairs of others and other countries. The peaceful resolutions of disputes, and support for international institutions such as the United Nations. You need to memorize this. It's only 4 points and it's simple. Now, GCC countries, they were actually established in 1981 and for a conference that was held in Abu Dhabi. And GCC countries like UAE, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, and Oman. And that was the formation of the GCC countries. Okay. Now, in the Arab countries, UAE helped a lot of countries. We just give few examples here. Now, the first one is Palestine. And this is one of the examples. In 2007, UAE gave almost 2 billion dirhams to help people in Palestine. Now, Iraq, they supported Iraq as well. In Yemen, they helped Yemen with more than $4 billion. Lebanon, they gave them $300 million in 2007, and before 2007, and after 2007. So UAE helped each country, all the countries around the world, but these are only some of the examples that, like for your information. And then there was a tsunami disaster in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan, and UAE helped them all. And Chad, UAE helped Chad as well. So these are some of the charities that and the financial aids that UAE helped give money to the people and to the countries. Okay, now the next part, the charity organizations in UAE, these are the famous ones. The Red Crescent Authority, the Zayed Foundation, and Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Charity and Humanitarian Foundation. Okay. The last slide is about, again, it's about the institutions that UAE took part in. These are, again, charity institutions around the world, worldwide. These are local institutions, and these are worldwide. So the first one is the International Development Agency. That's the abbreviation for it. The OPIC Fund for International Development. The Arab Gulf Fund for the UAE. The Arab Bank of Economic Development in Africa. Abu Dhabi-based Arab Monetary Fund. The Islamic Development Bank. And this is in total. UAE has provided already more than $100 billion in loans, grants, assistance, aids, charity to development of many countries that exceeded 95 countries. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening. See you on the next chapter, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.